Assalamu alaikum. A very warm welcome to another fabulous evening live here with us at the Big Ramadan Show.
Yes, we are here with you every night live from 6 till 7 p.m. with a delightful lineup. Our guest this evening is no stranger to the Islam channel. His weekly travel segments on the Today Show are hugely popular and eagerly anticipated throughout the week.
Most definitely. Joining us tonight to discuss what to expect when planning a trip to Istanbul during the holy month of Ramadan, a very warm welcome to none other than the Chief Marketing Officer at Halal Booking, Ufuk Secgin. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
So listen, could you get first thing out of the way? Because Istanbul, the weather can be very extreme in Istanbul. It can be really hot or it can be really cold. What's the weather like right now?
At the moment, it's about 15 degrees, but towards the end of this week, they're expecting about 20 degrees. So
nice.
It's quite nice, very pleasant. Actually, really good weather for exploring a city. I was there just last week. It was freezing cold. It was like 5 degrees. Very unusual for end of March time, but yeah, that's the way it is.
Just like how it has been here, actually. It's been snowing, isn't it?
Yes,
in April, can you imagine? Well, what's the must thing that people should know when they're planning a trip there? We've discussed Istanbul, but especially during Ramadan.
I would recommend get yourself an Istanbul card when you're in Istanbul. That's very helpful.
Travel card.
It's a travel card to use the public transport. Obviously, you can use taxis as well. It's very, very easy to use them. But Istanbul card is quite useful. A few words in Turkish would be helpful because not everyone speaks English. It's,
Such as?
Such as like merhaba, teşekkürler. Yeah, there you go.
I spent a lot of time in Istanbul.
There you go. Yeah, so just a few words. And the good thing is you don't need to have a PCR test anymore. So it's very easy to travel to Turkey, and also coming back is now very easy. So
there are no COVID restrictions at all in Turkey?
No, so no UK locator form when you come back, no day 2 release test, nothing. Basically, if you're double vaccinated, it's very simple to travel to Turkey and to return to the UK.
But COVID, it is still around, so best be.
And you have to like cats in Istanbul, don't you?
Cats and dogs.
There are a lot of cats, I remember. That's the one thing I remember is that and people feeding them. It's a real thing, isn't it?
Cats and dogs, it's very common. I don't agree with it, to have all these cats and dogs running around, but, that's the way it is. And actually, kids, they enjoy it, they play with them, and so, yeah.
Tell me a bit, I was just going to say, tell me a bit about Ramadan in Istanbul, in Turkey. What can we expect?
Ramadan in Istanbul actually is a unique experience. So if you can, I would recommend to just jump on the plane and to go. It's at the moment not that crowded anyway. And, the weather is pleasant. During Ramadan, it's a very special feeling because the mosques are very nicely decorated. They've got these the slides and the messages saying like welcome Ramadan messages in Turkish or in Arabic, etc. And to have the Taraweehs in these huge mosques, historical mosques, is just a unique experience. So first time in 90 years people were able to pray Taraweeh in the Hagia Sophia mosque, which is, a lot of people shared those pictures. I think Instagram, social media was just flattered with pictures from the Taraweeh prayers, the first Taraweeh prayers. Obviously, having the public iftars is another huge thing to experience. And also to hear the drummers in the morning when they wake up people for sahur.
Do you know about that?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I know
tell
it's
us about
in
the drummers,
Palestine.
because I know, it's a real Ottoman thing, isn't it? Wherever the Ottoman Empire was, that's the one thing they left behind, which, if you're a Muslim, fantastic. If you're a non-Muslim, it'd be like, will you shut up? So tell our audience a little bit about that.
So basically, every morning before Sahur, before Fajr, a lot of drummers are walking down the streets and they're drumming and they're also singing some melodies as well and waking up basically the public for Sahur. It's a very Ottoman tradition. To these days, this has been continued, and at the end of Ramadan, people donate some tips, give some tips to the drummers. So it's like a profession, it's a seasonal profession, I would say.
I think my tip would be come back a bit later.
No, but does this actually happen in Istanbul as well?
Yeah, it's
or just
all
in the
around
local
Turkey, but
town
especially in
village.
In
Istanbul as well.
I'm sure I read in Istanbul there's something like about over 1,000 of them.
Yes, yes.
It's
I mean,
a proper job.
It's a proper job.
It's like you know the Father Christmases we
Yeah.
have. It's like the Father Christmases. You get trained. It's a proper
Yes,
job.
yeah.
And also the cannon fires in the evening. So for Maghrib, so to mark the end of the day, and people able to start breaking their fast. So that's also a tradition coming from the Ottoman times.
Wow.
So a lot of big cities and common in big squares.
Yeah.
The army has got the job to do these cannon fires, so it's very interesting as well.
We'll be talking about food a bit later from Turkey land. What's a typical menu like, and when you're having for iftar, even suhoor?
For iftar, obviously you break the fast with water or with dates or olives, and then you would probably quickly pray your Maghrib and then come back to the table. Soups, you would have definitely a soup for starter. Then one of the main courses, or maybe you have a burek as well. Alongside the soup, you would probably have the Ramadan Pide. So the Ramadan Pide is very popular. People go just before iftar time to the bakery to buy the freshest one, the hottest one, just coming out of the oven.
Pide is like a bit of a pizza, isn't it? Kind of thing.
It's like a flat bread. Flat bread, and it's very hugely popular. People love to have that for iftar, and also then you would have a main course, probably one of the kebabs. There's hundreds of different kebab types. I can mention some of them later on. And alongside the kebab, probably have some pilau rice, some salad, and then you would finish up with some dessert or some fruits like baklava, etc.
I'm so glad we're talking about this very close to iftar time. If this earlier, there'll be trouble.
Well, we may have some of that. I think Chef Zorka is going to be giving us some Turkish delights, if you pardon the pun, later on today.
That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, where would you recommend people stay then to get the best out of Istanbul? Because obviously Istanbul is very varied, it's very big as well, and there's different parts to it. If someone's going on a holiday during Ramadan, where should they go? I
would recommend in Istanbul to stay in the Sultan Ahmet, the historical peninsula area. That's where you've got 4 or 5 of the biggest attractions, so in walking distance. It's also beautiful to see from your hotel room, the minarets of maybe the Sultan Ahmet Mosque, the Blue Mosque, or from the Hagia Sophia Mosque, and also to hear the azan as well. And you can just walk across from the hotel to one of the bigger mosques. The Topkapı Palace is there as well, which is, as you know, it's the ancient historical palace of the Ottoman sultans. Also, a couple of the museums are in that area as well. So it's that would be my recommendation. Stay in the Sultan Ahmet area, explore the area, go to the Grand Bazaar, and use that as a base, basically.
What's the Grand Bazaar like in Ramadan? I mean, have you been to the Grand Bazaar?
Not during Ramadan, but just out of it, yes. But that must be
the Grand Bazaar is huge. It's I think the biggest covered market in the world. It has got hundreds and hundreds of shops, souvenirs, gold, jewelry, leather products, you name it, everything is there. You have to hackle, you have to bargain, otherwise the prices will be overcharged. So you need to make sure that you bring the prices down. But some of the best products you will find there, and it's an experience. So you need to go, you need to see it.
Istanbul, I mean, generally sounds very different during Ramadan, and it usually is, isn't it, in like such cities? I mean, what fond memories do you have of like?
I mean, Ramadan is just everyone is, I think, in this very spiritual mood. I think it's quieter than normal. People are, spending more time praying, reading Quran. So there's less traffic. It's still hustle and bustle, but it's not to that extent what it normally would be. And the iftars are huge. People invite each other, so it's very common to have big iftar at home with friends and relatives, and then to go to the mosque for Tarawih prayers, and also to go to different mosques, not to go always to your local mosque, but also to use the opportunity to spend.
There's some incredible mosques, aren't there?
Yeah, and it's just so much choice, basically. You could spend every night in one of the other historical mosques.
That's probably a good thing to stop on, actually, and say, well, thank you for that, because actually Halal Bookings have got a great Ramadan giveaway for us as well, which is open exclusively to Islam Channel viewers. It's an offer of the viewers. Our viewers can have this opportunity to win cash points worth £1,000 to spend on halal-friendly accommodation booked through halalbooking.com. The
competition is open to any new member of the Halal Booking Loyalty Club who registers during Ramadan. So visit halalbooking.com/Islam Channel to register and enter the competition. The winner will be announced here on Islam Channel on the Big Eid show on Eid Day. And it's time to head off for a quick break, but stay tuned. There's lots more when we return.